Hey guys, I hope you guys had a happy new year to everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful new year. If you were with me last night, we had a blast. So for those of you that weren't, there are videos online. And can you believe I got in trouble? I didn't get a claim effort, but you know how we watch the ball? Remind me next time to mute it because I got 2 copyright claims from New York, and it's something by the Black Eyed Peas. I was like, what are they talking about? And I realized it was probably in the ball drop. So it's not a strike against me or anything, but it's not monetized or anything because they get all the money from the video, which is no big deal. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty funny. I was like, when did I play those songs? So the algorithms read it that I stole the songs and I was playing it on my channel, but whatever. So I wasn't going to make a video today, but I was compelled to after somebody posted something in Uncensored today about an article that was posted in Newsweek yesterday. And again, I'm going to tread very lightly in what I say in this video because I'm not trying to lose everybody. I am not trying to piss anyone off, but I almost feel like somebody has to open their mouth and somebody has to be the one to say what a lot of us are thinking and not saying. So I'm going to be that person. So again, I am not trying to be the most hated person in America. I am definitely not trying to be the most hated person to make it a murderer, but I might be by the end of this video. So let me just start with the fact that I think Zellner is an amazing attorney. I think that she's earned her stature. She's earned the millions that she's made. She has worked relentlessly, hours upon hours upon hours, relentlessly, on these cases, hiring a team to work relentlessly on these cases. And I mean, I can only imagine an exoneration case is not going to be easy. An exoneration case is going to take hella work. So that's my preface to my next statement. My next statement is enough with the smoky mirrors already. And why is it smoky mirrors? All right, I'm going to explain in a nutshell. And I set this up so you guys can read it with me. And you guys can see what I'm talking about. And you can still see me and my Manitowoc behind me. Doesn't it look like I'm right there? So let me just say that in my entire life, literally in my entire life, the words that are going to come out of my mouth next, I never in 1,000 years thought that it would ever come out of my mouth. So if you guys want to snapshot this and save this, I hope not to. You know what? I'll be happy to eat these words one day. But for now, it's painstaking to even have to say it. So bear with me while I catch my breath. Kratz is right. Did I just say that? Did that come out right? Yes. Ken Kratz is correct. And it fucking kills me to say it. I have agita just saying it. True agita, just saying it. If you don't know what agita is, it's a Jewish word for gas. It just burns you up inside. So, all right. Ken Kratz is right. It still hurts, no matter how many times I have to say it. In the sense that it's just one little small piece. He's not right about everything. Just one little teeny peeny, probably his pee-pee, real small. So what he's right about is that he said that Brendan Dassey stated that Stephen took some of the bones and spread them all over in different pits. Now, in all fairness, we don't know if that was fed to him or not, which I'm sure it was. But, we don't know how that conversation even transpired other than Brendan said it. Well, Brendan said a lot of things that really don't make sense and, was force-fed to him anyway. So I'm not giving that part credibility. But the fact that he did say it, Ken is right. He did say it. And whatever the forefront behind it is, the story behind it is really doesn't matter because he did say it. And I kind of said it to Zellner as well, that even if the bones proved to be Teresa's, it still doesn't mean he didn't kill her. He could have easily killed her, and then Mike and Bobby and Scott or the police or somebody or Bushman could have just moved it to Avery's property. Like, it that serves no purpose to prove anything. I don't care who disagrees with me. That's fact. You know, it I don't need to explain it. I mean, everybody's smart enough to know what I mean, but it just doesn't mean that Avery didn't kill her. So she shoots back with something that blows my mind and kind of really ticked me off. And that's, it's because of our efforts that the Manitowoc officers have been cleared planning the blood, bones, license plate, and electronic devices of Teresa Halbach. Since when were they cleared of everything? Is it just because of the lawsuit that Colburn filed that now all of a sudden Manitowoc police are the most wonderful people? That's one way to take it. That's not how I'm taking it, though. What I am taking it as that Colburn Link and the, like the low end people, just the Manitowoc officers, they're not guilty of anything, which I didn't think they were either. This is much higher than them. This is Kosarik and Bushman. So I agree with her there, and I want to believe that that's what she meant. She's smart enough and a good enough attorney that I'm pretty confident that's what she meant. I don't know why I can't get rid of this cough already. So I'll give her that. And I fully agree with her there. But it's not an answer to Ken's statement. So that's what bothered me about it. But it's just not an answer to what he said, because Ken's right. So Zellner also, so I'm doing this like backwards. I don't know why. I just am. But Zellner had spoke to Newsweek about typical appeal process involved working with the original prosecution or order, blah, 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 for a person who's really guilty and free the innocent convicted person. Her experience in Manitowoc County has been anything but comfortable, though she said tension between Zellner and the state can be seen in the banter between her and Ken Kratz. So that's where that comment came in. And Zellner's right that they should be working to find a real killer, but they don't care about that. But at the same time, if they're the ones, like, if the police are the ones, the lower level cops are the ones that went after Avery, and spoke to Avery and spoke to Brendan and everything else. So then how can she say that that it's not for them to go after? Because it is for them to go after. And I kind of just said that wrong. It is for them to go after, but she's not giving them anything to go after. Everything seems like smoky mirrors. One thing after another, it's just smoky mirrors. And that smoky mirrors are the point that it's just annoying already. We want the smoky mirrors to stop. Buting does it all day on Twitter. I find it so utterly frustrating and annoying when he writes something that even I know is not right. And I'm not an attorney. I've never studied law I've never studied criminal law in a legal sense, like that I'm a lawyer. I was going to say never took the bar, but Kratz didn't either. So that argument is kind of moot. But I've never studied the law in a college setting. I've never practiced the law in a courtroom criminal law. I have practiced family court custody in a court setting. But I've never practiced criminal law in a court setting. I've never stood up for criminal law in a court setting. But honestly, all the laws are really the same. I mean, you understand one, you understand all of it. Except like tax law. I could never understand tax law. So, but you guys know what I'm saying. I'm kind of making a joke, but you guys know what I'm saying. So, she has spoken about the corruption in the past. And then all of a sudden, now it's changed. So again, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that what's changed is it's not the lower level officers. But I also don't feel like she's doing anything to really hone in on those people. The battery. Whatever happened with the battery? It was another big announcement that never went anywhere. 10 out of her 11 motions have been denied. And yet we still see tons of smoky mirrors. How about we stop the smoky mirrors and just fucking go in there and do what needs to get done? Then we don't have to worry about all this bullshit. That's my opinion. That's what I feel like is missing from this is many times when I read Buting's tweets and many times when I read Zellner's tweets and Zellner's big announcements that have never panned out to be anything ever in 3 years, it's like just totally insulting my intelligence. And that's what bothers me. And I know that it's the same kind of insult to many, many of my subscribers, followers, viewers, patrons, whatever you want to call it, because we all think the same way. And we're not going to sit here and just placate people. And I know I won't. You know, I could be a YouTuber up here that rah Zellner and explain everything the way Zellner explains it. But that's not me, because it's all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors. Nothing has been done to date. And I'm so not a guilter. I'm so a supporter. But nothing's been done to date. There has been nothing that's ever panned out on anything Zellner has said to be in Stephen's favor. Now, again, that doesn't mean that's not to take away her 19 exonerations. Her 19 exonerations, I think 18 of them were built on DNA. And the ones that weren't, she's having a very hard time with. Melissa, as well as Stephen. Most of her others were one on DNA. And prosecutors that like to work with them, but stuff that's not been on DNA, she has not won. Melissa, she's getting slammed just as much as she's getting slammed on Avery. So that tells me that when it comes to non-DNA stuff, it's much harder. And I mean, that's like a dumb statement. Of course it's harder. It's harder to win. I mean, when you have DNA, it's definitive proof. I don't know why I got the hiccups. It's definitive proof. Without that definitive proof, it's kind of hard. So, moving on, Zellner said that this decision didn't hurt the Avery case at all, yada, yada. But for many people, it was a big blow for them because of her smoky mirrors and Buting's smoky mirrors. And Strang, you know, I have the most respect for Strang because he stays out of the whole Twitter shit. Whether he believes Stephen's guilty or not, doesn't matter. Now he was just appointed by the governor, and in my opinion, could be totally wrong. Straight up, totally my opinion. Maybe he got the position with the new governor because he doesn't have smoky mirrors. We don't know if he believes he's innocent or guilty. It doesn't matter. But he's not trying to do the smoky mirrors. He's not trying to, rah Zellner. He's just doing his thing. And right now, I really do have the most respect for Dean Strang. In other words, I never thought I'd say, but out of all of them, I do. At this moment, that could change, but at this moment. And my only conclusion, honestly, is that he's buddy-buddy with the governor, which I highly doubt because I think most of Wisconsin are Republicans. Most of these leaders are Republicans. And most lawyers are Republicans as a whole because they make the most money. So, I really think that Strang is doing this with good intention. And with solid intention, and intention to make a difference without the whole smoky mirror bullshit that you see from Buting and even Zellner. So again, I'm not trying to be the most hated person and make it a murderer, but it's just frustrating to me. And I've gotten to the point where I'm so over the smoky mirrors and the insulting of intelligence. It's got to stop. Just Zellner, go in there, do what you do best, and get the fucking out. So it took 11 days. I'm going to close out on this, but it took 11 days for the courts to act Zellner's plan for DNA testing. There was so much controversy of, was it the DNA testing that was denied? Was it the appeal that was denied? Was putting the DNA testing in the appeal that was denied? Which is what I thought it was. But continually, what I keep reading and what I keep hearing, and even from Zellner, is that the testing was denied. And it wasn't denied for some crazy reason. It was just denied not because it was corruption like Buting wants people to believe, but it was just denied because it didn't fit with the current appeal, which is perfectly logical and makes perfect sense, which is what I said that day when she made the big announcement. And I'll say it again. If you're waiting on lotto money or tax money, you're not going to spend it before it's in your pocket. If you're waiting for somebody to pay you $20 and you got 100 in your bank, yeah, you might spend that 20. But if you're waiting on, something huge, it's not going to be that huge thing until it's in your pocket. So that's what I wanted to get out tonight. And like, again, I said that I wasn't going to post a video tonight, but I did. And I have to give a special shout out to all 6 of my new Patreons. I put up this site because Derek, thank you, Derek, who also has a Patreon, told me to do it. Like, we were having a conversation and I wasn't going to do it. I was like, no, I think it's bad. I think it's cheesy, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's going to do it. And he said, just do it. People are going to want to do it. So for everybody that normally donates in Super Chat, I now have a Patreon. And I have to give a shout out to Elizabeth, Joanne, Karen, Lauren, Michelle, and Monica. And Monica's always got my heart because she was number 1. But so those are my 6 Patreons, and we're going to grow and grow and grow. They know this because I've discussed it with them already, but Patreon is so new to me. I am not even sure what I'm supposed to do with it. But I know that I may be able to do podcasts through there. All 6 of these ladies are going to come on Hangouts with me, either together, individually. That's one way I'm going to use Patreon. They get to pick topics. They get money off of merchandise once we get it made. And this relationship will last forever as I continue to grow. You guys grow with me. So there's on Patreon, there's a whole list. I also created a page because of Patreon, Saturday night, which a lot of you guys know already, but it's perplexed at perplexedqt.com, I think. I don't know. It's on Facebook. But it's not like a website or anything. It's actually a Facebook page. And there I'm going to post some videos that you're not going to see through here. I'm going to do more Facebook videos through there, which I'll probably rant more on those because, again, I tread lightly on here because I don't want to turn anyone off. And I'm not trying to lose subscribers, but I honestly wouldn't be me if I wasn't honest. So that's where we're at. So, again, I want to thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out my other videos. Make sure you sign up for Patreon. There's different plans you can do, and I'm just really excited about the future and moving forward. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have a video on Iceman. Friday night, I don't even know my days anymore. I don't know if today's Tuesday or Wednesday. Friday, I'm going, for my birthday, I'm going to have live with Max Cobra if he still wants to do it. But if not, I'll do it by myself or anyone else that knows Iceman well enough. And I'm really looking forward to bringing that and other cases. And I know that I spoke about a case where the mom was accused in Illinois. It came up today in a Darlie Roudier case. And her name is Julie Ray. And you guys should definitely check it out. I am going to do a story on that. I'm going to do one on Nora Jackson. This is all coming up next week. Going to do one on Nora Jackson. I'm trying to get Nora for an interview. And I'm also, there is somebody on my Darlie Router video. I don't know who it is yet. I don't have her real name yet, but I'm trying to get her to come on. She believes that Darren is guilty as well. And she's on Darlie's innocent side. So I'm really hoping I can get her on. So if you're watching this or you happen to be watching this, everyone would love to have you. So again, I know this was a really long-winded goodbye, but I will see you guys tomorrow. And that's it. All right. So again, Happy New Year to everybody. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.